Dafflin.
My name's Kieran.
My name's Joshua Knockwood.
And
Today we're just going to be talking about the environmental issues related with kayaking. As you can see in the representation, if you go kayaking, you may disturb wildlife such as swans, ducks and other water-based animals. You are also causing erosion at the side of the riverbank when getting into the water in a kayak. We could stop this by taking a piece of carpet each time we go and lay it down under the kayak and slide in. I'll just pass it over to my mate Duffers.
sliding into the water, and also whilst we was there, we caused pollution by littering and smoking and throwing tab ends on the floor. We could stop this by putting everything in the bin when we go buildings that are buildings that are in the surrounding area fitting good, but if we went and changed the surroundings, we would have to follow the planning regulations and they'd have to fit into the environment better.
The houses round there were made out of brick, so it really fit in.
Why do you think they were made out of brick?
Just
No, they weren't made out of brick, they were made out of stone.
no, just made out of local quarry.
We're talking about the houses at the canal now, aren't we? Where
Yeah,
we were kayaking, you were saying they're made out of brick.
yeah.
So why do you think they're made out of brick there?
Because it's quarries what are around.
Because there aren't any quarries around to get stone
Yeah,
from,
yeah.
is what you should be telling me.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay, carry on.
You could stop pollution by taking any rubbish with you and take it home. By taking it home, you will reduce the pollution in the area. And we'll just take it on to the next slide, Joshua Knockwood. You're next.
Well, on the second activity we went gill scrambling, and we were talking about how we'd stop the pollution and how we'd stop the stop the erosion, stop the wildlife disturbance, stop like the ways of stopping the pollution and the construction of facilities. Well, most of the stone here was limestone, I think. I'm sure it was limestone, and limestone is a pretty strong rock, so it doesn't erode as fast.
Slippery though.
So we've not done too much erosion there, but with the paths, with the walking paths and stuff, they were made a mess of because we were all walking along them and ripping up the ground and stuff.
Also, we found out a bit more information about a plant, what's rare over there. This plant is called Toothworth is another plant without green leaves. No, that's wrong, but there's a rare
That
plant.
sounds like the right name for it.
The flower's called Toothworth. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's a rare plant up there. But then,
And it's a plant that doesn't.
but by going up there, we could kill out this plant, so we had to avoid that.
Which is a parasite that takes its food and nutrients from different plants and stuff. The wildlife disturbance, well, we've seen two dippers there, or some sort, something like that.
A bird.
Yeah, which were birds, and
When going gill scrambling, you have to take into consideration the effects you will leave. For example, wearing down footpaths, which is classed as erosion, and doing the actual activity as you are eroding the rock as you are climbing up. We also cause wildlife disturbance. For example, there were two rare birds, and when we came, we disturbed them and forced them away. We could stop some of these problems quite easily. For example, we could stop ourselves smoking when doing scrambling and be more considerate to wildlife. Also, we could stop erosion or at least slow it down. You also need to take into consideration flowers as they were. We had a rare flower that only grow there in the whole of England. We could make sure we didn't harm them by not going anywhere near them. You can reduce this by watching where you walk and stick to a path. Maybe not going up there so you don't kill the plants.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. Right. I'm going to ask you a question about the buildings.
Yeah.
So, what were the buildings made out of that we parked next to?
Stone.
And where did that stone come from?
local quarry.
The local quarry.
Yeah.
Excellent. What What sort of erosion did we see in Strandsgill? What was causing the main erosion in there?
Just walking on footpaths.
There was, on the footpath, it was, what was called? What caused the erosion on the footpaths?
Us walking on it.
You walking.
And
In the actual gill?
When you're walking on it, you make it wider.
Yeah.
Because you're walking on it.
Right. So in Strandsgill itself, was it us that was causing the erosion, or was it something natural?
Well, there was
No, there
mainly,
also the
mainly
weather.
the water. The water was causing a lot of the erosion as it was running down the stream pretty fast, and obviously it'll be eroding it away.
Fantastic. Right.
And also the fences what farmers are putting up.
And what were, go on, what were they doing?
They were causing wildlife disturbance as the deer had tried to jump over the fence and not make it through the gate.
Right, okay. And going back to the canal, would you drink that water?
No.
Tell me why not.
Because this people what have thrown litter in there.
There's so much pollution in it.
And as you looked in the water, it was brown, and as you touched the bottom of it, there was so much rubbish and gooey
Right,
stuff.
so what did we tell you to do?
To wear footwear as you.
Right, because we was worried about you treading on what sort of things?
Needle, like such as like paving needles.
Yeah, that could be there.
Anything,
Sharp
rubbish,
glass.
Rubbish.
glass,
Give me some examples that you might have seen in a photograph this morning.
trolleys.
And,
Yeah, anything else?
and also waste what's come from places like factories what just put the sewers in and they put the
That's
waste pipes.
a really good point there, because literally just behind the houses at the canal there used to be a big paint factory, which they've literally just knocked down, so there's probably all sorts of rubbish coming to the canal from there. Right, you got anything else to tell us?
No, that's it.
No, I don't think we need to hear any more.